Focus Hope is a civil rights Detroit-based organization founded in 1968 in the response of the crisis to racism. And through our early learning program in youth development, we have a wonderful program called Men in Motion. Come to the front. Come to the front. Let's go up the front rows first, y'all. Yeah, come to the front. Front rows first.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Everybody that's watching, we're at Focus Hope. Sitting alongside of me, we have Dr. Hayes. And today's discussion, we will be discussing men supporting women during pregnancy.
Right, in my situation, I got two little boys. I got three boys altogether, but my two youngest is 8 and 7. So one mom was pregnant while I was with the other mom. But while I was with the other mom, I wasn't really taking those doctor's appointments, going to different places with her. I didn't take it as serious as important because I didn't, like you said, I didn't know that it was that important, that I could cause that type of stress and those type of things. I just looked at it like, okay, we not together no more. I don't need to really be there. We don't need to go do this couple thing and all that because I'm with the new chick. But then once I was with the new one and she got pregnant, and now I'm going to the doctor with her, and now I'm experiencing how much the other one needed me there. I really called and apologized to the first one. Like, I apologize for not being there and not taking it and not knowing and not taking it as serious, because experiencing it and being there lets you know that you need to be there. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I had to call and apologize and make my wrongs right because I didn't take it as important at all. And I just looked at it like, girl, you just trying to, just get on my nerves and just trying to interrupt what I got going on over here. But it wasn't until I was doing that with her that I realized, like, wow, I really dropped the ball with her. So yeah, I had to apologize and everything and get it back right.
Are we teaching our young mans, our kids, about the mistakes that we made? I teach my boys, learn from my mistakes. Don't have 2 baby mamas, 3 baby mamas. 5 minutes of thing gonna cost you 18 years. 5 minutes of thing gonna cost you 18 years. So learn from my mistake. You don't have to go through the baby mama drama. You don't have to go to child support. You don't have to go to the baby daddy drama. Learn. If you sleep with her, if you say you're gonna sleep with her, you should tell yourself, can I marry her?
So over the weekend, I got a call from my oldest daughter. And my oldest daughter has 3 children. And this is right here, my youngest granddaughter. Her name is Kaylin. She was 5 months old and she passed away. SIDS, sudden infant death syndrome. As a father, let me tell you, the scream that my daughter let out is indescribable. And as a father, we always look at ourselves as the fixer. Daddy, daddy, daddy. From the time they're born, from the time they can first start uttering those words, we're always the fixer. Dads try to fix it. Whatever goes wrong, we try to fix it. This was so painful because there was nothing I could do. I couldn't fix it. Mom is there with her as she's always been, but she wanted daddy. She's 23 years old, but she still wants daddy. The irony behind all of this is that the whole purpose of all of this is to discuss safe sleep. And I never thought that I personally would experience this, It's indescribable to watch and to hear your own child go through so much pain and that you can't do nothing. You know, I keep her talking. Her mother's there. The father of her child is there. You know, they weren't together as a couple, but, you know, he's there and supporting. You know, so that's good. So, you know, I feel good there. It's just, I'm really at a loss for words. And anybody, if y'all been here the last few weeks, that's really hard for me, isn't it? Real hard. But being a father is never over. Even when they grow up and they go through these things, we still trying. You know, I work in community service here, so I'm calling Phoenix, reaching out to community organizations there and community action agencies there, trying to find her resources, trying to find her help. Because I'm a dad, I got to do something. It's something. I have to convince her that it's not her fault. So when she sits there and tell me, I killed my baby, what do you say to that? You know, and I constantly remind her, no, you didn't kill your baby. You're a good mother. You have 2 other children. Fellas, being there is so important. Mentally, emotionally. So I hope from this discussion that we get from today that we enlighten one another, steel sharpens steel, and that we can pass this information on, take it home to our families, and to try to shift the culture and to get down to the root, because the last question it asked in that film was why? And I'm sitting here asking myself, why?
Okay. Well, my name's Nathaniel Martin. I'm a custodial here at Focus Hope. I have 6 children. My experience with child support, where do I begin? Earlier on, I felt defeated before I could even start. Because, you know, when the summons came and saying I owed, I would run. And that's the worst thing you could do is run. Because what happened was it piled up, and piled up. And when they did catch up with me, I owed $48,000. They like paid $12,000 to go home. I'm like, wow. They're like, we're gonna let you go for $500. You could pay us this $500 in 30 days. I'm like, wow, I can go home. I leave. But they said, you gotta sign this. I ain't care what it was, I'm getting out. Well, I didn't know that I was committing to $48,000. You know, it was crazy.
My name is Kawami Curry. I'm fatherhood outreach worker for SOS Community Services. I had custody of my daughter, but I was still paying child support. I'm literally paying child support and I had custody of my daughter. You can imagine how much frustration I had behind that because I didn't know how the system worked.
I'm $106,000 in the hole with friend of the court because I ran. You know, I would tell any male dealing with friend of the court to take it straight on. That's the only way. That's the only way to do this, because you run, it's a non-compliance or a non-reply. So you just being charged with it without your own recollection. So it don't matter what you say. You almost lost before you even began.
I'm here, don't worry about it. What I didn't realize at the time is what he was saying was, I'm here to protect you, I'm gonna protect you, I got your back. Don't worry about that. But what he didn't understand, and what I needed him to understand, was sometimes it's not about that, you're protecting me. Protecting me may mean I need you to give me my time, I need you to give me my space, I need you to allow me to separate myself. Allow me to be comfortable in my own space and place. So with that being said, you and I have had conversations, Mr. Hayes, about being protectors and providers. protectors doesn't always mean, well, I would say from a man's perspective, sometimes it means protecting you physically, right? But protection can also mean protect me emotionally. And so when you can't protect me emotionally, that makes me uncomfortable personally. And I think I can, vouch for other women too sometimes. That can make you uncomfortable as well when you can't protect me emotionally.
My name is LaShonda Bateman. I am a program manager at Focus Hope Early Learning. I was married when I found out that I was pregnant with triplets. When all three of the children did come home, it was a joyous occasion, but then it was also a scary occasion because I had not had children before. Those were me getting pregnant, my first time having triplets. It was kind of scary. So it just took me into a depression state. And I did try to communicate this to my husband, but at that time, it was nothing that was done to help me. And I could vividly remember one night where all three children were crying and I'm crying. And I go downstairs to ask my husband, can you just give me some type of help? And his response was, I have to go to work. Even though I was married, I felt as though I was a single mother. And it eventually ended up with me leaving my marriage because it kind of forced me to think that if I'm in this alone, I might as well be alone.
Hi, my name is Marquita Turner. I am an outpatient mental health therapist, or you can call me a clinical therapist. I'm also an author, Behind the Scenes, The Rise of Resilience by Phoenix Q. Brown. At the age of 20 years old, I became pregnant with my very first child, my very first pregnancy. But the father of my child was not present during the pregnancy, not during any of the doctor's appointments, not even when I gave birth, when I went into labor. I did get pregnant a second time, and unfortunately, it was not by the same man. In that experience, I ended up still doing the same thing, kind of walking through that pregnancy alone. He actually went to one appointment, and that was to determine the sex of the child, which we found out we were having a boy, and he was excited behind that. But any other appointments, he was welcome to attend, but he chose not to. He always had something else to do. He did end up showing at the birth of his son, but just his presence being there in the delivery room made all of the difference in the world. It made me feel comfortable. It made me feel supported. It made me feel like I knew he was going to always be there. If not for me, at least for his child.
Hello everyone, my name is Kathleen Kinney. I am the Health and Nutrition Specialist here at Focus Hope Early Learning Center. I have a long experience in the hospital field. I have a master's in public health. I have a partial doctorate degree in public health as well. I'm almost finished with that, so I'm pretty excited. And I've been working in the Head Start field for about 8 years now. Today I'm going to go over CPR with our dads, because it is important that you know CPR in the event of an emergency at your home or at a friend's home, okay? So what you have in front of you are CPR kits. These kits you can take home. So if an emergency happens to someone who needs CPR, if you see someone who have collapsed, immediately you want to call 911, okay? While that person is calling 911, now you need to do is start the CPR. This is where your hands would be in between the chest bone. Okay, now it's very important that you know how to give the right chest compressions, because if you don't, you could crack somebody's ribs. You don't want to go too hard, especially with children and infants. Infants, we use the 2 fingers, like this, okay? In children, you could use just the palm of your hand very gently.
Hello, my name is Marcus Holmes, fatherhood specialist for Focus Hope, Early Learning and Youth Development. Today, we focused on CPR and the importance of CPR. We had Kathleen Kinney, our health and nutrition specialist, come in and speak to the guys of the Men in Motion program. She taught them about the chest compressions, checking the breath, checking the airway, how to do it with an adult, and how to do it with an infant as well. Today was a good experience for the participants because these are the things that are not talked about. These are the techniques that are not used within our community that could save lives. These are the things that need to be taught and expanded throughout our community so these guys can know what to do if this situation occurred.
My name's Johnny Brown Light. I'm 18 years old. I'm having a child for the first time. When I had a child, she 8 months. My dad thought it was nice enough for me to come in with the old heads and chop it up about the life of a dad around the neighborhood. A couple weeks ago, me and the guys, the fellas, we was having a conversation, everybody was talking. And I picked up on something that I never knew, like they asked, how can a village raise your child if there's no village? So I took it as in like, okay, so you gotta raise a village. You gotta raise the village to raise your child.
My name is Donnell Holmes Jr. I have 3 children. I'm 29 years old. One thing I think is very important is for me to get a planner to actually put down those dates when she had to go to visit the doctor. So I can have a heads up to ask my employer, may I take off due to the importance of a hospital visit that I know that I have all access to join in with her. I feel as though I can be more supportive by asking about her feelings, asking about how her body is treating her, going out to some of these dad sleep events where they giving us information about infant safe sleep, meet other fathers that have more support and more resources they can give to me to ensure that I'm being well supportive to the woman and more women that I see that need that support of being present. I want to be present more than I was before.
My name is Marvin Cotton Jr. I have 2 children and I'm a motivational speaker and social injustice advocate and activist. Well, what made me be a motivational speaker is I spent 20 years in prison for a crime that I didn't commit, and in that time I had to find ways to become more and more positive in order to heal myself as well as protect my energy as I was in that type of fight. And I like to give that type of energy to other people to help other people go through whatever difficult time they're going through as well. What I love about it is teaching you how to protect your family and how to put life into your family if their life is in danger or threatened. So anything that's dealing with protecting family, I'm all for it, and I appreciate the skills that I learned here today.
My name is Donald White. I'm a teacher over here at Focus Hope Early Learning Center, and I'm the father of 3 boys. The reason that I believe that it's important for men to be involved in programs like this and involved in early learning is because it allows us to be role models. It allows us to give back. It allows us to serve. It allows us to be that male figure that the little boys and little girls look up to, and they have somebody to go to that's authority figure. So it's real important for us to be involved. When we do invite fathers into the program, once they become a part of the program, they actually have an opportunity to be a part of the staff. We have a program where we ask men to come in and we send them through a CDA program. That's getting their teacher's degree, and they learn all the skills that they need to learn, and then they become a part of the class. So now they're not just a father, but now they're a role model to a whole classroom full of little boys and girls. So I think that what got me wanting to be a part of the program and attach myself to Men in Motion and early childhood and everything was because I was a father. So by me being a father and raising my boys and then them going to the school, And me finding out about the program, it made me want to serve, because I'm a server at heart. So it made me want to give back. So I was trying to figure out a way that I could, you know, still be effective in my child's life, as well as talk to other brothers and other men and other father figures to help them get to where they need to get to. So the program was right on time, because that's what it does. It brings guys together. It allows us to converse. It allows us to, you know, share our problems with one another. It allows us to get in a setting where it's just all men, that we open up and we talk about whatever we need to talk about, whatever resources we need. We got resources. We got everything a man might need to be a better father, to be a better man, to be a better uncle, to be a better brother, whatever the case may be. We have a program that's geared to just making a man better overall.
How you doing? My name is Jordan Irvin. I'm the Site Operation Manager here at Focus Hope Early Learning. So today I'm going to talk to you about skin to skin, safe sleep, and developmental milestones for young children from birth to 1 year of age. My overall objective for this mission is to give parents the best way to access and document developmental milestones in their young children. A skin to skin is when a baby is just wearing a diaper and is laying across the father's chest, bare chest. Always make sure that you're aware and alert when practicing skin to skin care. Dads, this is the time for you to make those intimate moments with your child, those lifelong commitments and conversations that you're going to give to your child for the rest of their lives. Now let's discuss safe sleep. In order for us to address a proper safe sleep habits, creating a safe sleep environment for your baby, these steps aren't always as simple as they may sound. Your baby should always sleep alone in a crib, a portable crib, or a bassinet. Fathers, always make sure that you have no pillows or blankets, comforters, stuffed animals, or other objects that can possibly roll over onto the baby while they're sleeping. Your baby should sleep where you can see them. Share a room, not your bed. Once again, that's a wrap on our developmental milestones training today. It's very important that you guys are actively involved with your families. It's active in regards to making sure that you have a plan in place with your caregivers, with your physicians, and with your teachers, as well as your partner, to understand the developmental milestones that's best fits for you and your child. Also, seek out other support to make sure that you understand that the developmental milestones and the stages from the learning, the practice, as well as mastery levels, to make sure that your child is actually getting all the mastery levels that's developmental needs for their space at that age, at that time. So thank you again. My name is Jordan Irvin from Focus Hope Early Learning. I really appreciate it. Good night.
So we about to do a quick welcome real quick. Greater Philadelphia, Church of God of Christ.
Pastor Cook, James Cook. Come on, let's get some God, some glory.
Yeah.
Greater Philadelphia with Focus Hope, Dr. Hayes.
So first, the whole Focus Hope team, give yourself a hand. Give yourself a hand. Everybody worked hard. Give yourself a hand. Thank y'all for coming out on this Saturday. This is our first annual community baby shower. But we're here to service the community along with the church. We're here to provide some essential needs for the fathers. Give all the fathers out there a hand. So we thank you for being here. Shortly, we're gonna have somebody from the health department who's gonna do a safe sleep class inside of the church, and you get a pack and play. Good. So once again, we're here to service you. We're here to partner with the community. We're here to partner with Greater Philadelphia.
Yes.
So thank you. Please enjoy your day, and God bless you.
This is Eugene Brown, and I'm Frank Aldridge, and we represent Pi Rho Sigma chapter of Phi Beta Sigma fraternity, and we're here to support Focus Hope first community baby shower, so that we can help support those efforts that are necessary to ensure that children get all the basic needs that they have so they can have a very wholesome and rewarding education experience.
That's right.
statistics show that, most families in the home, there's an absent father, and fathers really haven't been taught the proper way to teach. It's usually for the mothers that be the nurture and the care, but it takes two parents to learn. So it's important to teach the fathers. If they don't know, they don't know. So now it's our job as a community to go in and teach them and give them the tools that they need to be great fathers, to be in the homes, to take care of their children the proper way.
My name is Javon Martin. My son is expected to be due on January 23rd, 2022. So far, I learned how to protect the baby while sleeping and support the mother, and I'm looking forward to being a great father.
All right, how y'all doing? My name is Deion Davis. I'm 23 years old. I got one daughter. Her name Joy Rose Davis. I'm looking forward to, first being in my daughter's life, and I'm looking forward to, the tea parties and all that. You feel me? Something I learned from here was the safe sleeping. That was one of the biggest things that I learned, not to sleep with your child, not to keep anything in your crib. That was really the biggest thing I learned from it.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm Leroy Jackson. I'm 30. I'm having one child. She'll be here February 4th, 2022. When I learned today, man, I learned about a lot of things. Not to sleep with your child and don't have nothing in the crib or bats in that. Man, this experience overall was awesome. So when I'm expecting, man, I'm just expecting to be just a great father and keep learning. Life is about learning, man, so thank you. I appreciate y'all.
My name's Elijah Beasley. I have a newborn on the way. Today I learned good things about how the baby should sleep, how you should handle the baby from Focus Hope Group. Got some nice items from them, so I'm very grateful for everything they did for me today. Today I learned about good sleep, not to be frustrated with the baby, and some things I actually didn't know about babies today. About how you have to be really safe, keep nothing in their crib. That's about it, yeah. I feel like I know a lot.
Hello, I'm Waymond Hayes. I'm the director here at Focus Hope Early Learning again. I'm here with one of my doulas, Ms. Ernestine Mitchell, as well as Peter Williams from the health department. Today you're going to learn about safe sleep and the importance of protecting our babies while they are sleeping. This is real essential and the basic knowledge that all men should know. Normally our women been doing this for years and they experts. But now we want to make sure our fathers are educated.
My name is Peter Williams. I am the fatherhood community health worker for the Detroit Health Department. Today, I was here to talk about infant safe sleep with all the brothers who gathered here with Focus Hope. Infant safe sleep is basically the baby should be alone, on their back, in a crib, and in a smoke-free environment. That's the ABCs of safe sleep. And that's what we're here to talk about today. Why a baby is safest alone, why they're safest on their back, and why they're safest in a crib, rather than sleeping with other people, with other kids, or sleeping on a couch or something like that. Those are all places where a baby can get into peril and perhaps die in their sleep, and that's what we want to avoid. Well, I'm a dad now, which I wasn't for a very long time in my life, but having a child, having held him as a newborn, and knowing just how fragile, but also how resilient a baby is, that brings this from being statistics to me to being real to me. Now, he's out of the safe sleep danger right now. He's 6 years old, but when he was little, I did need to know how to put him down safely, where to put him down that would be safe, because that was important to me as a dad. Our jobs as fathers are to protect our children, to provide for them, and to teach them about life. And if you're looking out for safe sleep, you're doing two things that they really need, and that's providing for their safety and making sure that they're provided for nutritionally if you're seeing to it that they're getting breastfed. That's what we're here about. That's what we're here at the Detroit Health Department to teach people about, so that we have the healthiest Detroiters that we can growing up in this city. It's important for fathers to know, because if you're being a good dad, you're putting the baby down almost as much as mom is. The baby's gonna be left in your care. So you need to know how to hold the baby properly, how to feed the baby properly, and how to put them down for their nap properly, or put them down to go to bed at night. So all of that is part of being a good dad. All of that is part of being a good parent. And we want dads to be doing that as best they can.
And how I take this information back to my community is by bringing someone. Like today, I brought my daughter's boyfriend because he was becoming a first-time dad. And I think the information that is being shared here will be supportive for him.
So reach one, teach one.
Reach one, teach one.
Thank you so much, Mr. Pratt.
You got it.